Good afternoon, MyBlindCo users. We have a new feature we wanted to do a video on. It actually allows you to see your dealer costs. So MyBlindCo, as everybody knows, we're all about presenting retail, being able to create a quote in the home, but sometimes it's nice to actually see your actual cost with the manufacturer. So we have a way now to do that. And some setup is involved, and this is what I'm going to go over with you today. The first thing we need to do, and because we feel that seeing cost it can be very tricky in that you don't want necessarily all of your employees to have access to this feature. For example, if you use a 1099 salesperson or just salespeople in general, or your installers. So we did have this feature permission level. And the first step, if you want to allow even like yourself to have access to this, you only admin, okay, if you're classified as an admin in MyBlindCo, you have access to the user tab here on the browser version, the portal version. So at the user, on your user tab here, you would go to the employee or user you would like to grant access to seeing dealer cost and turn it on. Okay. And then you just go and save. So that's relatively easy. Next part is, you might have noticed that we've added here on the pricing and RPM page a way to actually enter in your dealer cost factors. So I'm just going to pick random Alta here. You might have noticed the second column. This is where you need to plug in your actual dealer cost factors. And this is what's going to feed the cost in that new feature. Okay, so you have to go to this RPM page, and for each product, enter in your actual cost factor. So in addition to the cost of the product, it will also show your actual shipping costs. So on the right, you have the ability to enter in your actual costs with the manufacturer. So that's the dealer shipping. So this is where you'd put in your actual shipping costs. Left side is for the customer facing. So, a lot of people just pass on their shipping expense to the customer, but this gives you an opportunity to actually mark it up if you like, totally up to you. But this new column, the dealer shipping, is where you'd put in Alta's, for example, actual cost. So in this case, it's the same as what you see here on the left, but you got to fill this out. Once you've done that for all your products, then you're good to go to see your cost on quotes. So I'm going to show you real quick on the browser version, and then I'll show it also on the iPad. So setup is required on the browser version, the portal, and then the feature is also available on the iPad version. So you see that down here. All right, guys, so let's just open up a quote. And pick just this top one here. Oh, and by the way, guys, I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, advanced options. You won't see this button or link unless you turn it on at the user level. So I bet most of you guys have not even, obviously, hopefully read the newsletters and heard that we have this new feature, but for the most part, you probably just haven't seen it because you have to turn it on first. So once it's turned on, you'll see in the advanced options, this new dealer view. We have a second layer of protection here. We made it password protected just to make sure that, you're walking through the house and a customer doesn't have access to see your cost either. So it asks for your password, which is the same password you use to log into the software. So whatever that is. Once you have that plugged in, then this screen pops up, and this is actually your dealer costs. So you can see the difference between, actually, if you just scroll down, this would be the cost on the job. And if you had the shipping populated in your install, you could see your total cost versus retail. So as MyBlindCo set up to present retail, but now you can actually see your cost by clicking on that link. Similarly, on the iPad version, It's in the same spot down here, advanced options. Show you guys again. You'll see a little blue dealer view. And again, it's password protected. So just plug in your password, hit done, and then boom, this pop-up will show your cost on the job. So hopefully, makes allows you to gain a little bit more insight and close that job. So if you have any questions, just a reminder, every Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern, we have that training and webinar. Please join us or just reach out to us and we'll be happy to schedule a little training session for you. Hope this helps. Thank you very much.